Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing absolutely amazing. I am here to pull some cards for you today. So, let's get started. It's really about how I'm feeling like we need to look into how the person that you came here for is viewing you. Let's say that. This is what I'm feeling called to do today. Okay, well, whatever that is. Oh, woman holding a coin. Interesting. Caring connection. Oh, okay. I can tell you right now. Not only did we have a woman holding a coin, we have a caring connection, and we have a man holding a coin in reverse. And we also have a door to personal healing and happiness. This tells me right away that this person feels like that you don't need them. Like you can do it all on your own. And that they don't have financially a pot to piss in. Let's just put it like that. Or anything to give you. Because you already have it all. And this intimidates this person. They see a very caring connection. But this is a big deal for them. Especially if it's masculine. Because this woman holding the coin, I mean, she's just really got it. This shows kind of like a queen. Stately and just kind of sitting on a throne. Maybe not a throne, but kind of an old Victorian couch. And just someone who is held in high esteem. Purple roses may be, the color purple may be significant to you. Black cats, you could be seeing black cats. Also, cherry blossoms or Japan. Rainbows, doves, lotus flowers. I can't remember what these particular coins are called. They have a square in them. They're circular with a square in the middle, and they have I believe what would be like some form of Asian writing around the edges. I'm going to show you a picture so you can see what I'm talking about. They're really very pretty, and I've seen them somewhere before, but I'm not completely familiar with them. But let's get into it. This person sees you as a door to their healing. They know they could heal with you, and they know they could have happiness with you. But this one thing over here, this financial piece is really, really, really holding them back a lot. They feel very insecure about this. When I tell you very insecure, I mean very, very insecure about not being able to offer you what they feel you deserve, right? Even if the only thing that you want from this person is their love and attention, you know? And you know, within the depths of your soul, if this person would simply come forward, oh, and we have mirroring, OMG, 3443. Look at this. This is the second time recently, there's the 34, and a man holding a coin, 43. We have mirroring. I'm going to pause you for just a moment because I've got to take this. Hang on one sec. Sorry guys, I apologize for that. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so let's get into this. Sorry, I wish I would have remembered where the hell I was. I want to get some situational cards to see what's up. Actually, first off, and these are only... they're tarot, but they're partial tarot. They're like, they're beautiful cards. They are from Spiritual Infusion 1111. She is on YouTube, and if you haven't checked her out, do, because it's amazing. She's really good and stuff, and she provides a real solid reading. I like her a lot. In any case, what I was saying is these are partially tarot, but whoa. Alright. Divine assistance. Beautiful. Protection. Again, with Emperor in reverse, this actually, I mean, seriously. Man. Okay. So with this Emperor in reverse falling really right around this man with holding a coin in reverse, this person does not feel like the Emperor. They see you as the Empress. There's no question about that. But the thing about it is, divine assistance, the divine is calling them to step into their essence. You know? We have Taurus on the board. They're trying to find their strength to do it, guys. They're trying to find the courage and the confidence and the instinct. Their instinct is telling them, and their third eye is telling them to step into their emperor, that it doesn't matter. The finances are not what's holding this person back. It is their mindset that is holding this person back. Because honestly, if they were to come into this connection, the blessings would flow. All of the finances would work themselves out. They would immediately come into fruition, and it would be not you carrying them, but lifting them up so that they can focus on building something amazing, right? The divine's like, hey, step into this. This is what everything that you are thinking that it's going to be, it is. It is. You know, you got the moon. They're afraid that this is an illusion, right? With the moon is Cancerian energy. We have a wisdom card out here. Lessons learned, leveling up, divine. They're getting divine downloads and wisdom through experience. And we got Archangel Gabriel, a messenger of good news. Okay? We also have, this is a spiritually, like a divine, this is a divine connection, and it is spiritually like held, right? It is, this symbol, Hamza, it's a symbol of protection, but it's believed to ward off evil eye and bring good fortune, health, and happiness. Used as an amulet for strength. Strength is out here twice, which is Leo energy also. So Leo and Cancer on the board so far. And Taurus. And hang tight 1 second, because there's one other. And my houses, I am not real clear on. So I have something written down. So we've got Taurus and Gemini on the board as well. We're in Gemini season, just for a bit longer. So this could be talking about, this is also talking about the house of communication. This person is having a very difficult time communicating what they're going through and what they're feeling. Because, honestly, and I'm going to say this, it's not a man-woman thing, but a lot of times our male children, when they're growing up, they're taught to be strong and to be the provider and to be this and that. But when they're down and they can't provide those things, you know, dark night of the soul. Let me go with this. A dark night of the soul will have you jacked up. Real jacked up. Everything will be pulled from you. Could be jobs. You could have to take a lower paying job. You could be not being able to meet your own needs. You could be not being able to pay your own bills. You could lose housing. You could lose a lot of things. Trust me, been there, done that. A couple times. Right? And there's nothing that you are able to do to correct it. You need to sink all the way down to the bottom to hit that rock bottom so that the divine can go through, put you through an ego death, and you can come back. You can try as you might. When you're going through a dark night of the soul, you can try as hard as you want to try and make more money, to try and get yourself established and get yourself stable. But it's not going to happen because it's divinely guided. The losses are divinely guided to make you realize your higher self, right? To have you learning things about your higher self. And it's a supernatural thing. It's the divine that is orchestrating these losses in your life for your own good. 10:10 on the clock as I look up. 10:10 could be something that you're seeing. But some good news is trying. I mean, the divine is like, yo, take the ego out of it. When you take the ego out of it, I need to be a provider. I need to have this. I need to have that. Even if it's the woman holding the coin, that coin is going to be for everybody. And it's not going to necessarily come from her. It might initially come from her, but it's going to be built up into something that is amazing with this door to personal healing and happiness. Once the healing begins, and this person is really being called to look at their healing, once that healing begins, the happiness flows, the money flows, everything flows. But you got to allow the divine to strip you of what you think you need. And that's really hard. That's really freaking hard. I was homeless in Portland, Oregon, after losing everything the first time that I went through it. Right? I'd lost my kids. You know, I had gotten off of drugs, but I started looking at my life like, what am I doing? I'm gonna die out here. What the hell am I doing? Because I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, interacting with people I shouldn't have been interacting with that could have put my life on the line. And when I lost everything, and I didn't even have a place to stay, because I had given up making money the way that I was. So I no longer had any income. I didn't have anything. I had nothing. And one day I was on the bus, and this bus driver, and I never saw her again. I felt so inclined to tell her what I was going through and my story. And she said, sweetheart, you are not the only one that's ever gone through this. And I felt so heard and seen at that point in my life. And she got the ball rolling. Like the Wheel of Fortune and the tarot, she got that. She gave it a good hard spin for me. At the end of the route, like I stayed on the bus with her pretty much all day and into the evening. I rode back and forth with her, back and forth. But when she stopped for her break, way miles and miles, it was in Gresham, Oregon. I can remember. It was like the end of the line for this particular bus that started on Burnside, the Burnside Bridge, right where Salvation Army Harbor of Lights, and there was a little church across the street. And across from that was the rescue mission. Well, Harbor Lights, you had to be in by 7 o'clock. And if you couldn't get there by 7 o'clock, guess what? You weren't getting in. This woman managed to get me in there. And from there, my life changed. Because I finally, and not to say that going into a church is where it's at, but I went into that church even after. I mean, first I got into and got a little bit stable, right? I got into this rescue mission. And, you know, they put you out at like 7 a.m. with your things. Because it's a women's shelter with kids, but for the women going into the shelter, it's just you don't leave your things there. You get your stuff and you go in the morning, right? And eventually I started going over to the church across the street, because on the weekends there were a lot of organizations that would help you on the weekdays. But on the weekends, very, very few things were open, but the church was open. And also it was open in the evenings, because they fed you, like they make sandwiches and chili and all this other stuff. And it was called Liberation Street Church, Portland, Oregon, on Burnside. And they helped me so much. I walked in that day, and it occurred to me that my life's not working the way that I have been trying it all this time. I need something different. It's time for something different. Okay, God. I want to do it a different way. I would like you to step in and help me with this, because I can't do it myself. And honestly, NA and AA, and I had given up drugs at that point, but I was very early in my recovery. I realized I did the first step. You know? I realized that I wasn't in control of it, that I needed to let it loose and allow a God of my understanding to jump in there and to make it right. And from that point on, things just started to fall in line because I expected. And here's where the manifestation comes in. I laid down my way of doing things, and I humbled myself to know that my way wasn't working, okay? And I needed something different. And graciously, the divine stepped in and was like, okay, here you go. Here's this, here's that. And eventually worked my way up. I went to a place called Transition Projects, who helped me get my ID. I had lost all of it, everything. I had had nothing. They helped me get my identification, and then that spurred me to go get my social, and I was able to work. So I went to another place called Central City Concern, and I don't know if all these things are still there. And they helped me with my resume, and they gave me a phone number so the jobs could call me, and I wound up getting 2 jobs. And it was freaking amazing how things just fell in line when I expected the divine to assist me. I was like, okay, every day I would wake up and I'd be like, okay, how are you, show me how good it can get, basically. And every single day it got good. It got really freaking good. I got an apartment without a job. I had a job offer and I had not started yet. And someone at TPI, I felt real strong in my spirit that I needed to ask for a certain person. I did. And that person assisted me in getting a place. And yes, they helped with that type of thing. But not before you got a job and had 3 months worth of check stubs. I had an offer letter. I had nothing more than an offer letter. They paid my deposit and half a month's rent and let me move in just as I was starting my job. And then I was to pay the other half of the rent when I got my first paycheck. And I'm so grateful for that. From then, I went on to get my kids back. It took a long time. It did. Things fell apart, and it took a long time to get those things back. But my life is amazing these days. It is really amazing. And I've gone through lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson. And you know, that wasn't the only addiction that I've dealt with. I've also gone into rehab in Palm Springs for alcohol. I don't drink. I've been sober for 11 years. And clean for over 20. And it's just amazing to me when you put your ego down that says, I'm going to do this all myself. I'm going to do it my way. And you allow the divine to step in and assist and take over. Oh my God, it gets so good. And that is what your person is being called to do, is just to set it down and allow the divine to come in and say, okay, we're going to change this, this, and this. I'm giving you this gift. Take it. This feminine is your gift. You know? This feminine will hold your hand and love you. And show you how to love yourself as she learns more about how to love herself. Because no one's perfect. Good God Almighty. Us feminines, we have our healing to do as well. And we're still learning. Like, it's been a zillion years since I've gone through the last dark night of the soul. And yeah, hard. But I've learned a lot. And I'm still learning every single day. Because you know what they say, you're not alive if you're not learning. Okay? We're here to learn. This is Earth School, basically. But your masculine is being called to set down his ego and his pride. When I see lion, I see pride or pridefulness. And sometimes we just have to get real with it and just get like, okay, yeah, I can't do it. I'm not strong enough to do this by myself. And that's very hard for some of our masculines to do, because it's been pounded into them that they must do this in order to prove themselves worthy as a man, a male, a masculine, whatever. So, I'm going to read the door to personal happiness real quick. If I can find my glasses, yes I can. I'm going to get one advice card here. I'm just here to tell you that this is the problem right here. This is what is going on. Your person's being called to set things down and accept what they're being given. 34. This card is a harbinger of positive change. The beautiful light-filled door opens into a lush rainbow-lit spring filled with vibrant lotus flowers. Whether you're working on some inner healing, such as breaking an addiction, or looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with wonderful results, so make sure that you see your personal intentions through with continued action and optimistic expectations. This person is trying to let their guard down. This is very difficult for this person. Very, very, very difficult. Because they are uncertain. They are scared to death that this is just an illusion. Because it seems too good to be true for this person. This person may have had a very rough life. And things haven't come easily to this person. But they are getting divine downloads that it's time to level up. It's time to learn those lessons. I'm going to read Caring Connections. And then, what do I want to get? I'm going to get one of those cards. I'm not sure what those are, but I'm going to grab one. Caring Connections. This card shows a couple in a tender embrace, with the woman holding a blossom of new love. Like the community card, this reveals a caring connection, but usually between two people only. This card upright signals the beginning or deepening of a kindred spirit friendship, or even the appearance of new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. When this card appears, be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. The relationships you already share may become more intimate, purposeful, or present at this time. Notice the opportunities to forge new or deeper bonds. There may be a tender karmic connection at hand. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful, guys. Let me grab one more of, these guys. This is a divine feminine, no, it's feminine wisdom oracle is what it is. By Lee Androic. It's a pretty small deck, easy to handle. I mean, it's a big deck, but there aren't that many cards. Alright, can I have one? Oh, nope, I'm going to take the one on the bottom. That's the one I'm feeling drawn to, and I'm taking it. Transformation! Oh my gosh! Beautiful, guys! Radical change, internal shift. Oh, things are changing. I love it. I love it, love it. You are called to surrender to radical changes happening in your life or within you. It is time to leave behind the old ways of thinking and responding that are no longer serving you. Recognize the strength you hold within and your capability to adapt to changes ahead, as radical or frightening as they may seem. Nothing in this life remains the same, so accepting the process of change can only bring you peace. Ask yourself, which area of my life requires a fresh start? What does it mean for me to take the next step? How can I improve my life so it feels good within? Affirmation. I will stop repeating the same old patterns, praying for a different result. That's what I have for you guys. And I hope that this really hits home and it is helpful. And if you are in contact with your divine masculine, send this. Share it with them. Because I feel like it is 2442. More mirroring. And also work on these things within yourself too. If there's something that you're refusing to set down, You need to look at that too, because no one's perfect. It's not one person being called to make changes. There's mirroring here. Figure out what the changes you're being called to do are as well. And I hope you guys have an absolutely positively beautiful day. Take care, guys.